Let me tell you about the time I told Lightning about the time I used to be a fire truck. The roads got real jammed up on the way there. Shoot, there was cars and stuff everywhere. Feel the wind on your ears. The factory was a few blocks away, but I knowed them roads driving backwards and forwards. That town was full of shortcuts. Bright orange glow of that fire was on the horizon, and the only way for me to get there faster was to take some pretty big rest. I got right to work. All sorts of stuff was getting destroyed by that fire. Firefighters was going in and carrying out as much as they could. They had to move fast and be careful not to drop nothing. Great job! seemed to be coming down in all directions. It was one of the meanest fires I done ever seen. all sorts of stuff from the windows. We had to catch it all for nothing to get busted. folks to the hospital STAT and ASAP. Now, I know it's right to stay as close to an ambulance as you can. It sure felt like an ambulance chase. And I know they'd be well took care of. You know the story about the time I told Lightning McQueen about the time I was a famous bulldozer fighter? I'll bet you two were double the trouble. Didn't I see you two somewhere before? I bet you two were double the trouble. I wish I had it. There'd be two of them. Twice the fun. Determined bulldozer. Nothing would stop him from getting at that cake. Looks like you're having a good time out there. Boy, that was a thing of beauty. Scrap metal knocked out of me. I was ready for a fight.
Ole! Let's cheer all our matadors as they try to collect the most roses without being bullied by the bulldozers.
The arena was filled with cheering cars, and they was tossing roses by the dozen. Bulldozer number 1 coming through. There's one angry bulldozer on its way. Watch your bumper. Bulldozers really love roses, because it was impossible to keep them locked up in them pens. Don't close your eyes, here he comes. The crowd wants another bulldozer, and we aim to please. Don't get hurt. I ain't never seen that many roses tossed into a ring. Almost couldn't tell there'd been bulldozers there. It smelled so dadgum sweet. I ain't seen anybody that steamed since the time I honked my horn in a field of sleeping tractors while teasing Frank about how old and rusty he was. As the bulldozer and me locked eyes, I could tell he was getting smarter. I bet you didn't see that coming. Now that was sweet. Everybody held their hoods as the mighty bulldozer tried one last time to conquer the ranch.
Senores y senoritas, the true measure of a matador is if they can stay in the ring. Only the greatest matadors can last against los bulldozeros.
Watch your bumper! Then more bulldozers come in. Folks didn't know what was gonna happen next. The crowd was going wild as them there bulldozers got a second wind and made another charge into the arena. I used to be an import, and I told Lightning about it too. It all started when we was talking one day. When I got to Tokyo, some real nice folks took me to a shop to be modified. That tickles. Dadgum. I'm so good looking. Great work! Boy, you's just like that painter Van Gogh. Hey, where did that van go? Ka-chow! Actually, I think this looks already taken. Careful, I'm gonna sneeze. Ah, forget it. Almost didn't recognize myself when they got done. I looked good, I felt good, and I smelled. Becoming king of all drifters, shoot, that's a big challenge. The key was to drift for as long as I could without hitting nothing. This drifting thing ain't that tough! I think I'm getting the hang of it. Them there engines was to avoid them when they charged. But then I figured it out. If I backfired, I could knock them out of the way. your signal before changing lanes there, Mr. Ninja-san. We took a shortcut to a dangerous construction zone. I figured I'd have to get a boost by driving over this funny paper, but I had to be sure not to crash into it. Take a miracle to get me into the lead. On the way up the tower, we was having to jump over speed bumps and duck under all kinds of crazy signs. Duck under that sign! Off the tire wasn't a bad thing. Shoot, it saved me from having to dodge all the bumps and signs that was coming up. Watch out for that speed bump! I towed myself up that tire as fast as I could. Watch out for that speed bump! It felt real good being at the top of that tire. I could see the entire world from up there. Did I ever tell you about the time that I told Lightning about the time that I used to be a daredevil? Well, I always like to get the crowd revved up with a few easy death-defying jumps. Ain't nothing better than good old teamwork. We set the whole stunt on fire. Keep doing what you're doing. Get as high up as you can. Cool. whirling bars of dance, boy, I tell you, they was always a crowd favorite.
That doesn't seem all that dangerous, Mater.
Well, not at first, but when that barge gets into it can get pretty crazy.
I don't get it, Mater. What's so tough about that?
His head had caught on fire. That way everybody can join in the fun. Man, girl, you're good. I busted nearly every part of my body, especially doing the high dive. The jumps weren't too bad, it was the landing that Keep your eyes on the target. Refreshing, huh? No jump was too high, and no pool of water was too small for Mater the Greater. Stay on target. Stay on target. Take it, it's diving. If you miss it, it's falling.
What?
Keep your eyes on the target. Take it, it's diving. If you miss it, it's falling. Did you ever hear about the time I was telling Lightning about when I was a monster truck wrestler?
Ladies and gentle cars, let's give a honk for our new wrestlers as they clean up whatever gets tossed out of the ring.
My very first match was against an ice cream truck. For a wrestler, I guess he's pretty generous. He was giving up all sorts of goodies. Sweet! That was sweet! Great job! Wow! That was sweet! Go! You're good. Dang, go! You're good. Great job! That truck couldn't believe he just lost. I guess I put the freeze on his winning streak.
Get ready, because it's time for our wrestlers to have a ball! Each car or truck wants to capture as many balls as they can and race them to the specially marked goal!
The road to becoming a monster truck wrestler was long and hard, not to mention bump, but my headlights were set on reaching the goal, and I was ready to try my best. The ball to the goal. You gotta get the ball to the goal. couldn't wait for the next one. You gotta get the ball to the goal.
It's time for the fight! The last wrestler standing wins the event!
That was sweet.
Nice move! It's the Rastafarian!
Look out! He's coming right at you.
Got her! Is that patio concrete? He doesn't look happy!
That slow round will give the rookies a few minutes in the line. Then they send in the heavy hitters. Cool.
Got her!
Great job.
Nice move! Our wrestlers will duke it out until only one is left in the ring. Come for your favorite and enjoy the show.
In head-to-head brawls, I had to use every bit of skill and technique that I know. Great! Wow! Great job! When one wrestler was eliminated, another wrestler jumped right in to take his place. Cool! Congratulations! When I seen that monster, I done nearly flushed my transmission. It was the scariest thing I ever seen. He had a grabber claw, a backhoe, and a wrecking ball, all welded on for maximum destruction. must have pumped him full of lightning or something, 'cause that monster went as crazy as a backhoe in a dirt field.
Oh, what did you do?
Don't you remember nothing? We was a tag team.
Are you ready? This is the championship! Our wrestlers must defeat the monster with the exact moves through every moment of the match!
Oh, for Pete's sake, I cannot believe you missed the time when I told Lightning about the time that I done seen a real UFO. Mator sure knew how to have fun. He'd lift tires up in there, and I'd fling hubcaps at them before they hit the ground. Tires of all sizes would get floating in the air. Mator even made some fancy patterns out of them tires. Now that I could fly, Mator and I went out to Carburetor Canyon to practice flying through cloud rain. Shoot, I done seen Carburetor Canyon in a whole new way. It was like being in one of them fancy helicopters. We done flowed so hard and fast, and we never run out of gas either. You know, I think it was on account of that special UFO view. Wait for me, Mator! Mator was my buddy. I just had to arrest him. My plan was to sneak him out real sneakily by avoiding all the lights and the other cars. Mator, where are you? Sneaking Mator out there was no easy task. If I was spotted, they might try their alien experiments on me, too. My friend was free, but he was not a danger yet. It seemed like the entire military was after him, so we took off, and we raced to the end of that desert as fast as we could. It seemed like the entire military was after him, so we took off, and we raced to the end of that desert as fast as we could. We can't let them get us! They was gaining on us, and it looked like there was no end in sight. Whatever you do, don't stop for nothing. Then, just when we started to get ahead of them dadgum helicopters kicked it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Do you really expect me to believe that?
Well, you should. You was there, too.